It's all you.
Tell me about this photo.
That photo, it came out today. That photo was taken at 2 o'clock in the morning, last Saturday morning, in New Orleans. They wrote a section of that episode that included a recreation of the shower scene from Psycho, which, you know, at first blush, I even on this show with these people, I was like, really? And then I thought about it, and I thought about how amazing the show is. And not hyperbole, not hyping that out. Literally, I've never had, I mean, I've wept to my family. I'll weep here, but I will resist. Of how, I actually will weep, how satisfying. I'm not trying to get serious, but I'm an actress since I was 19 years old. I have never had the quality of the writing that I am getting on Screen Queens. And so for me, I thought, well, if not now, when? This is the time and place. Like, my parents are both dead, and I'm out of their shadow. I'm basking in the glow of my own life, my own personal life. I'm married for a long time. I have 2 beautiful children I have raised to adulthood. And I thought, if not now, when? And so I said, okay, if we're going to do it, let's go for it. And so we did.
So was that kind of a full circle? Because
That's as full a circle as you could ever want.
Because you look so much like your mom in that photo.
It was a, you know, I didn't know what we were doing. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and for me, that's like, I mean, I go to bed early. So to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning, naked in a shower, was just wrong to begin with, let alone kind of stepping into my mom's shower, if you will. So it was a moment. We do, you know, there is, I think on a good day, I would say I'm attractive. On a bad day, on a normal day, I'd say I'm cute, which is the word that has haunted me my entire life. But my mother was a great beauty. My mother was a jaw-dropping beauty, jaw-dropping. So I never thought I looked a thing like my mother. And then seeing that picture, you know, obviously I'm about 10 years, maybe even 15 years older than she was when she shot that picture. But it was cool. It was definitely cool.
What do you think she would think of it?
I think she would, first of all, she would love this show so much. I think she would be thrilled with the homage. I think she would, you know, my mother appeared in Halloween H2O at my asking and the team's asking. So my mother understood the connection that we had, and really I think understood that I needed my own space, and we tried not to cross-pollinate too much. I think she would just love this. I think she would love this and would love that picture.
It's fucking brilliant. I'm just going to say.
They can say that on Fox?
Well, we'll edit that part out.
I thought that was the whole part they don't like.
We'll edit that part
I will tell you this, just since we're talking about it. That card that I'm holding is actually a greeting card that I saw in a store in Larchmont. My daughter was a baby, so that was 22 years ago in Larchmont at a card store. I saw that, and I called the company, and I bought out their stock of that card. I think I bought like 5,000, and my friend Heidi Schaefer, sitting over there, will attest. The genius of that, you'll have to now cut back to the picture. The genius of that card, it's a blank card. So what I do for, how old are you?
34.
Okay, what is your first name?
Andrew.
Okay, if it was your 35th birthday, I would take that card, I would make a thought balloon coming out of her mouth, and it would say, Andrew is 35, question mark, exclamation, and then inside I'd say, bring on 36. And I would give you that card with a present, because that card works for anything. So when Heidi turned 60 this recent week, Heidi Schaefer's 60. I did, Heidi at 60? Question mark. It is the perfect card for anything. So-and-so had a baby? Ah, it's perfect. So that is actually one of the cards that I brought just to do as a template to just make sure I got my shoulders correct. And I assumed we would go find the actual photograph and then put them side by side. I don't think we need to anymore because we actually now have it. That's what Insta World is all about.
Hey. Okay, so a little bit back to the show.
Yeah.
Take me, that photo is brilliant. What are we going to see coming up? I mean, we've seen the pilot. Take me through this journey.
Let me just tell you
Are
this.
you the killer?
I will tell you this. I've never been a part of something where stuff happens that you have no idea. It's outrageously funny. It's really dark. It's really controversial. It pushes every envelope, every edge of every envelope, as it should. It's a biting indictment of sort of the social norms, the social abnorms of today's society. It's very pointed, and I think it's a very accurate view of humanity right now, and it's a little dark out there.
Is there hope? Are you a hopeful
course.
person?
What I love about the show is that everyone you think you don't know nothing. So if you think they're dark, maybe they're the lightest person in the room, and we're going to show that transformation. So my experience is that the minute I think I know who someone is or what someone does, then I read that I have a monologue where I look at you and go, I know you think you're a good boy, your hands are in your lap, you're sitting up straight as if you're in some sort of religious school. I know who you are. You're darker than Darth Vader. You have thoughts and fantasies and I love that I get these long monologues of self-destruction. I just I skin you alive. And I get to do it with words and ideas, and that to me, in today's society, this golden age of television, words and ideas that we get to say and think about who we are as a society, and we get to couch it in our show, this sorbet-colored twirl and swirl, but really at the bottom of it is this very wonderful, delicious stew.
So that was amazing, by the way. Final question for you. I know, you're an actor. Final question for you is, you've spoken...
I'm not acting. That was me being...
But you're passionate about your work.
I'm passionate, that I am.
So my last question is, I've heard you talk about how this is the best writing and how so you're grateful. So why do you think at this point in your career that this came to you?
I have no effing clue. Not a clue in the world. Obviously, it was a confluence of that sorority girl viral letter on the internet that opened the door that really showed how these girls talk. I think it was, the success of American Horror Story, but clearly it's too intense for many people. So it was sort of a little bit of a confluence of these different things, and I was very lucky that I was available for it when they called. So I don't really know why, but it is not my job, really, to know why. It's my job to show up and do my work, and I'm really happy to have this opportunity. And, I've done other work for a long, long time to make my living, to support my family, to take care of my responsibilities. So you have to understand how satisfying and thrilling it is for me to be able to be a part of this. I'm really, really happy.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
And you are, I know exactly who you are.